Hey y'all, it's Amanda. Welcome back to my channel, and this is my November TBR. Alright y'all, so this video, let me just preface this video with saying, your girl's not gonna read all these. These are like possibilities outside of Christmas books that I want to look at for November. Now, this last October, honey, I've been reading and reading and reading. Got lots of good things read. Had at least one DNF. But it was a pretty good reading month. Can't wait to film that wrap up. But I have some books left over from October that I wanted to read that I'm going to mention here in just a minute. And I've kind of separated it out between books left over from October, books for my 23 and 2023, or the hubs is going to get me. A 5-star prediction from that list, I want to say. Some review books. Yeah, all kinds of stuff. Some nonfiction. Let's go. So again, no Christmas books are going to be in this video, but I am going to have a separate Christmas TBR. I will have a lot of Christmas books that I want to read, some in November, some in December, and I'm just going to go ahead and do like a whole Christmas TBR video separate. I do have one Christmas book for review that I will be reading, and it has like a whole series tied to it, so I'll mention that more in that Christmas video. I think that's more appropriate, but for now, let's just dive into the ones I plan on reading, what I'm going to participate in, all that stuff for November outside of Christmas books. So, first and foremost, let's talk about the books I know I haven't got read so far. Today is Sunday, October 29th. There's only 2 days left in October. It's going to be a busy work week. I probably won't get these read, but let's go. So, the first one is Return of the King by Tolkien. What do I say? Hey, I will say I did go back to my TBR from October, and I said if I got one of these read, I was happy. So I'm actually going to start the audio of this today. I did have a goal to finish this trilogy this year, and I got to do it. So this will be continued to be read in November, the third book in the Lord of the Rings trilogy, okay? And then these two books. So, well, what am I saying? This 7.5 Deaths. Look at me. Keeping that in there. 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle by Stuart Turton. Now, I've been putting this off and putting this off and putting this off, and here we are. Again, I'm putting this off. But I said I was going to read it today, and then I realized I didn't read Return of the King. So, there's the problem. Reader book problems. But I read a lot of my TBR, I will say, in October, besides these 3 books. And I think that's pretty good. I also added one extra that wasn't on the TBR, so that was good. All the good things happened in October, but somehow being hard on myself, it's just like, I've been saying I'm going to read this one for a long time, and I hadn't got to it. But I need the time. I need to really feel like I can sit down and read this. So I don't know if I'm going to really, like, dive in November. It just depends. I'm going to have some time off. Maybe this is more like the end of November. I don't know, but it's got to be, I think this was also on my 23 for 2023. Blake is going to get me. He's going to be like, what? You read all these books, but you couldn't read these 23. Anyway, moving on. But, but yeah, I'm pretty sure this was on that list. Hopefully at some point I'll get to it. I know it's just like very in-depth, a lot of characters. Somebody said you need a whiteboard to like map it out. Like me, I'm over here, So, yeah, we'll just see how it goes. But, yeah, this is still on my list. It's a secular book. I don't know content or anything, but I've heard it's good. So, yeah, just a murder mystery, okay? And then we've got In a Far Off Land by Stephanie Landsem. I want to say this is on the 23 for 2023, but I'm not 100%. I think it is. This is a Christian historical fiction, and I really want to read this because it sounded amazing, but I just didn't get to it this month, so this is definitely going on November's list. I already have the audiobook, so, I mean, I plan to start it this first week of November, kind of like, it's kind of one of my carryover books, you know what I'm saying, for November. So, yeah, it's relatively short. Audiobook's probably quick. Yeah, I plan to get to it. It definitely was like Great Depression, lots of crazy stuff going on, somebody like trying to frame this girl, I want to say. Yeah, she woke up to next to a dead film star, and she was on the run for a murder she didn't commit. There you go. That's all we need to know. So, yeah, I need to know because I think I'm really going to like that, okay? And it's like that 20s era. You can tell from the cover. So, it sounds good. So, those are like my carryover books, okay? But I am going to go ahead and start that out of that pile. I'm going to go ahead and start Tolkien, okay, and see how that goes over the next couple of days. Now, while I'm thinking about it, Bible reading, I have been, it's upside down, I've been reading through my NLT study Bible. This is the Candace Cameron study, One Step Closer Bible, whatever you want to call it. And I've talked a lot about this on my channel recently, and I'm really enjoying reading through this. I think I stopped at 1 Thessalonians. So for November, I'm just going through a lot of the New Testament. So I've got 2 Thessalonians I plan to read through. That's pretty short. And then I'm probably going to read at least 1st and 2nd Timothy. And that will be enough for me just to say that's what I'm committing to, those 3 books of the Bible. If I read more, great. Because I did commit to at least 2 books of the Bible, and I read more in October. So that's kind of what I'm committing to, because not only that, I have a devotional that'll lead into some nonfiction. I do have this, I say it's a devotional, an Advent book, Star of Wonder, an Advent devotional. It is a devotional to illuminate the people, places, and purpose of the first Christmas. This is by Angela Hunt. This came out in September, and I was sent this from Bethany House, and I'm really excited to get into it. I'm actually going to do this as like reading in an Advent part of my VLOGMAS stuff every day. I hope this won't be disjointed, but I filmed all these videos, but I want to do part of like an update on this book in each video, if that makes sense. So let me know if you think that'd be okay. I think you're okay with whatever content I put out, but the Hubs has like some Advent stuff he wants to open up. You know, he's got like Pokemon and Harry Potter stuff he wants to open up on camera and just kind of be fun. And I was like, yeah, that'd be fun. Then I've got this, and I thought, well, I know y'all, a lot of y'all all said you wanted to see me do some Advent stuff. So I'm going to tie this in as well. So it'll be like 5 to 10 minutes at the beginning of the video, and then like the actual video content for the day, like maybe winter book recs. I don't know. I really want to tie it into whatever I upload for the day. So we'll see how it goes, how it flows, all that stuff. So yeah, but I'm definitely going to be going through this throughout the month of November, but you won't really see me talk about it until throughout the month of December in VLOGMAS. Okay. And so, speaking of November, is nonfiction November, and I have a couple of nonfiction books I plan to read through, and they are Christian nonfiction. And the first one is Every Woman a Theologian, Know What You Believe, Live It Confidently, Communicate It Graciously by Phylicia Masonheimer. I picked this up because my friend Keisha over at A Book Like You, I will leave her channel down below, but she recently started Revive. It is a Christian book club that they're going to do like every other month. They're going to do Christian nonfiction for the first time, and then the next time they will do a Christian fiction. I think I'm saying all that right, but please check out her video down below. I shared it in my community tab already whenever she first announced it. And I know a lot of us are going to pick this up this month. Really excited to dive in. She's going to do live shows, all the good stuff. I think they have like a Discord and all the things there too as well. So it's a little more in depth for you all to dive in and to chat with others about it as well. So really excited about this. Definitely going to be picking that up. Purchased it just for that reason. So really excited about that. And then I've got Joy in Christ's Presence by Charles Spurgeon. I've never read Spurgeon, but I picked this up because Tiffany over at Beautiful Minutia and Dia from Novel Idea and Chrissy over at Chrissy's Purple Library. I will link their channels down below, but I had shared it also in my community tab. They are doing like a read along for this book for nonfiction November, and I am really excited to dive into this. And they're going to do some live shows as well. So my goal to read 10 nonfiction books this year, and I don't think I'm going to hit that, but I'm going to get close. It's fine. But these are going to count for 2 of those. Editing Amanda here. So I forgot to mention another readathon that's happening in the month of November, and that is a Christian nonfiction readathon hosted by Anne from In Search of Wonder and Catherine from Read Journal Love. I love this idea. Have a readathon that's all about Christian nonfiction. We love to see it. I will leave their channels and their videos down below. They have 4 different topics for Christian nonfiction that you can fit your books in, and that's going to be surrender, end times / eschatology, service, and prayer. Super excited about this because I am going to try to fit in my 2 Christian nonfictions into their topics for their readathon. So yeah, I just want to mention this. These lovely ladies, if you're not subscribed to them, please go subscribe because they're awesome, and I'll leave their channels down below. And also, speaking of nonfiction, since Matthew Perry recently passed away, I know I was just devastated like a lot of people to hear that because I don't know if you all liked Friends, but it was something I definitely grew up watching and really enjoyed and laughed, had a lot of laughs with. And so that was really sad to hear about, but I want to try to read his memoir or listen to it if possible. I know Oshina had read it and enjoyed it, and he talks a lot about his recovery that he experienced and even discusses God in the book from what I've understood. So I just want to kind of read through that because I know he had a lot of drug addiction issues, things like that. And so I did put a hold. As soon as I heard that he passed away, I said, I need to go put a hold on his memoir because I know a lot of people are going to probably read it and put holds on the library. So if that comes in, I will try to listen to it. If not, it's fine. But at some point, I do want to kind of read and listen through that as well. So that's my nonfiction reads for the month, hopefully. We will see. Bible reading, nonfiction, all the good things. I want to talk about the Christian book club pick for this month. And this is our low-key Christian booktube book club, we'll call it, where we vote on a book to read for the month and we try to include you guys as well. So you'll see some of us talk about this book on our channels, and there's nothing formal or anything, nothing to quote join, but just pick this book up and a lot of us will chat in the comments and things like that on our channels about this book. And so this month the historical genre won, and the book that was chosen was one that I've already read, so we love to see that too, and that is The Rose and the Thistle by Laura Frantz. This is 1700s. We have England and Scotland settings in this, and there's a romance. I love it. I gave this 5 stars when I read it earlier this year. I love Laura Frantz's settings. I think the setting in this is what made me just like love it. We had this girl, Lady Blythe Headley, and her father was deemed an enemy of the British Crown because he had Jacobite sympathies, and so that forces her to flee her home from northern England. And so she ends up going to the Tower of Wedderburn Castle in Scotland. That's the laird of the castle, what's his name? Everard. I can never remember his name. I keep wanting to say Edward, but it's not. Everard. He is there and he has to like pretty much protect her, and there's a lot of stuff like that goes on. There's a lot of like political intrigue in this of like the Jacobites, the British, all that stuff from the 1700s, and that's why I really personally enjoyed it because I already had that love for that history there. So I'm a little bit biased because I love Scotland and anything that has to do with Scotland in books, but you know, take it for what it is. Yeah, like I said, it's a Christian historical romance, so I hope a lot of you all pick this up if it's one that's been on your radar for a while because it's our Christian book club pick this month. And now that leads me into some review books. I've got 3 books for review this month. The first one being Rocky Mountain Promise by Misty Beller. This is book 2 in the Sister of the Rockies series. This follows Lorelei, however you say her name, Collins. This is set in the Green River Valley, which would be future Wyoming in like the 1800s, and it's set in the spring. So, but this comes out in November. Really excited to dive into it. I loved Rocky Mountain Rendezvous, history about Native Americans. Just so much in this that I really enjoyed. Lorelei, I really liked her. She loves animals. Just a great character. I love the cover of this as well. Like you can just see, look at this. Yes. This says that she finds a buffalo calf bawling beside its lifeless mother. She can't help but bring it home to raise on the ranch that she and her sisters are building in the Rocky Mountain wilderness. Little does she realize that its white coloring is rare and considered sacred by Native Americans, which makes it highly valuable to them and European trappers alike. Men soon begin to visit their ranch to regard the marvel, and with some trying to woo her into marriage and others trying to steal the calf outright. When the men's advances become more sinister, she approaches Tanner Mason, the quiet, mysterious owner of the new trading post, with an idea. I don't think I want to read the bottom half of this because something kind of spoils just a smidge of what happened at the end of book 1, I feel like. So I'm not going to read too much more, but she basically meets this guy, Tanner Mason, and they are working together to have a solution to their problems that I just read about. So yeah, I think this is going to be a good historical romance and continuation in the series. And then we've got To Spark a Match by Jen Turano. I'm super excited about this. I love this cover. The green is just everything I need. So yeah, this is book 2 in the Matchmakers series. First one is A Match in the Making. I really enjoyed that, so I'm hoping I'm going to enjoy this one. This says this is about Miss Adelaide Devine, and she has resigned herself to the notion that she's destined to remain a spinster forever, a rather dismal prospect, but one that will allow her to concentrate on her darling cats and books. However, when she's inadvertently stumbles upon Mr. Gideon Abbott engaged in a clandestine activity during a dinner party, she finds herself thrust into a world of intrigue that resembles the plots in the spy novels she devours. Danger surrounds them, and she finds herself a target of the criminals in his case. The spark of love between them threatens to be quenched for good along with their lives. So we got a little intrigue, some mystery. I'm here for this. I need to know. I need to know. So yeah, I'm really excited about that one. We've got the second book in the On Devonshire Shores series by Julie Klassen, and that is A Winter by the Sea. Now, I did finish reading book 1 in October. I'll talk about it in the wrap-up. I ended up giving it 3.5 stars. I think a lot of my issue with it was just that the audiobook. I think I need to physically read it. I enjoyed it, but I just wasn't connecting like I think I needed to, and if I physically read it, you know how that goes. So take that with a grain of salt. I really enjoyed The Sisters. There's a lot I liked about it, but there was just some things I just wasn't connecting on. So, talk more about it in the wrap-up, but little side spoiler there. That's how I felt. So, I'm really excited about this, but I need to physically read it. I won't have an audiobook anyway because this releases in December. And then I forgot to mention that both of these, To Spark a Match and Rocky Mountain Rendezvous, release in November. And so, yeah, these are just some review books I need to get to. But this one here, for Julie Klassen, it says, royalty comes to Sidmouth, bringing unexpected danger and the sweet possibility of romance. And so this is all about Emily Summers, and this is her story. And another thing in that first book is there's a lot of characters. That's part of why I think I struggled. Audiobook, again, I need to physically read it so I can like pay more attention. And so, yeah, I'm definitely going to physically read this. It might be a little slow going. It is a bit long. I think it's like 400 pages or so. So, yeah, hopefully I can finish it in November. If I don't, this will go to December, but I probably won't get to this till like the end of November. I do have some time off around Thanksgiving, so hopefully that's what I'll be reading around then. We'll see. Also going to continue reading Little Women throughout the month of November. I already said in one of my other videos, I'm doing a reading vlog for VLOGMAS. So, yeah, this will just continue to be read a couple chapters a day. We'll see how far I get. Hopefully I can get finished with that in November, but you'll see my thoughts in December. And then I've got these 3 books here. Look at me, just keep adding them on. Again, I have no idea what I'm going to be reading, but Carved in Stone, Elizabeth Camden, and The Sea Before Us, Sarah Sundin, and here we meet again, 1,000 Heartbeats, Kara Cass. Let me say, will I read this? I don't know. I'm already going to say it's a slim chance, okay? There's been so many people say they love it, but then so many people say they don't really care for it, that it's just a big enemies to lovers, and I'm not sure if I even love enemies to lovers anymore. So, yeah, I'm scared. I'm skeptical. I don't know. So, yeah, if you could persuade me to read it, let me know. But this is kind of like low on the bar right here, okay? I want to read it. But see, Blake gonna get me. He really wanted me to read this because he loved the cover. And so I'm like, but it's so long. It's so long. Anyway, we'll see. That's a possibility. I don't know. I may have to ask the hubs, okay? And, but these 2 books here, The Sea Before Us is book 1 in Sunrise at Normandy series, and this is by Sarah Sundin, and this is one of my 5-star predictions. This is set in 1944, and it's got a naval officer, and he's in London to prepare for the Allied invasion of France. And then this girl, Dorothy, she is in the Women's Royal Navy Service, and she pieces together Renaissance. Why do I keep saying Renaissance? I did that last time. Reconnaissance. Whatever. Photographs. Oh my goodness. With holiday snapshots of France, including those of her family's summer home. So she's trying to help create accurate maps of Normandy that Wyatt will turn into naval plans for D-Day. And so it looks like they're going to spend a lot of time together, and there'll be some romance and all that stuff. So yeah, I really want to read this. I've heard nothing but good things. And so that probably will be one I read in November because I really want to read that. And then we've got Carved in Stone, like I said, Elizabeth Camden. This is definitely on my 23 for 2023. I'm like 99%. And I think it is. Anyway, I love this cover. I own the whole series now, so I need to read it. But this is a historical Christian, again, you know, a lot of these are Christian fiction authors. I feel like I forget to say that half the time, but so Sarah Sundin, Julie Klassen, Jen Turano, Misty, they're all Christian fiction, okay? My bad if I didn't say it. But Elizabeth Camden, she's also a Christian fiction author. And so this says, after years of tragedy, Gwen now lives a quiet life as a botanist in New York, at a New York college, I should say. She largely ignores her status as heiress to the infamous Blackstone dynasty in hopes to keep her family's heartbreaking scandal behind her. Patrick O'Neill survived a hard scrabble youth to become a lawyer for the downtrodden Irish immigrants in his community. He's proud of his work, even though he struggles to afford his law office. All that changes when he accepts a case that is sure to emphasize the Blackstone's legacy of greed and corruption by resurrecting a 30-year-old mystery. That's all we need to know. So there's mystery, there's intrigue, there's romance probably in this, I'm sure. Oh yeah, Patrick and Gwen. Yeah, honey, I see it. I see it. There's a little statement at the bottom about romance. So we here. So I need to know. Okay, so that's kind of like what's on my list. There is also Pepper Basham's. I have another book for review on NetGalley. I don't know if I'll get to it in November or not, but I really want to read it. It's the Juliet Code by Pepper Basham. This is book 3 in what's the series called? Mistletoe Countess is book 1. What is it called? Cairo Curse is book 2. Freddie and Grace Mystery. So I think that's it. Yeah, Freddie and Grace Mystery. And so, yeah, book 3's out. And I think that Freddie and Grace are in Italy. And I'm really excited about that one. So I need to get to it, but when I don't know. Editing Amanda again. Right before I went to go export this video, I forgot. I committed to a buddy read. I did. Just say. Nancy Mel, book 2 in the Quantico Files series, Deadfall. Okay, Nightfall was book 1, and I recently buddy read that with my friend Teresa, and me and her are gonna buddy read book 2 at some point in November. Just add this to the list. Yeah, I'm not gonna say much because it is book 2, but I just wanted to mention it that I plan to read it. Okay, because we've decided to read it. I gotta say it in the video so it's set in stone. You know what I'm saying? Just kidding. But I was like, I know I'm forgetting something again. And here we are. It is Sunday, late Sunday night. Y'all probably see this Wednesday, November 1st. But, sorry, Teresa. I forgot. Her channel, or not channel, I'm not saying. Her Instagram is My Cozy Reading Life. I'll link it down below. Y'all need to follow her. But, yeah. Definitely gonna better read this. I need to know. Because book 1 ended and I was like, look here, I need to know what's next. So, yeah, I love Nancy Mel. She's like the perfect fall read anyway. So, yeah, we're here. I feel like I'm trying to get sick, y'all. So, let's hope not. Because, like, the stuffiness is here. I can kind of tell that listening to this video while I was editing it. It's literally done. I'm about to export it. And I forgot. So, yeah, this is also on my list. Back to the video. This is my possibilities. There's a lot of books on this list. Your girl ain't gonna get to all this, I can done tell you. But I just want to talk about the ones that have caught my eye, what I think I might pick up. And there are some Christmas books I want to read, though, this month as well. So I'm kind of like in this, like, do I just read Christmas books? Do I try to focus on goals that things I didn't finish this year? I don't know. Maybe I do a mix of both, you know, try to read some Christmas, but then keep December for like all Christmas stuff and just forget about the goals if I didn't hit it. So, yeah, it's fine. I mean, I've read enough books. I feel like the goals don't always matter. It's fine. I kind of wish I would have got a little closer on some of my classics and my nonfiction goals. And I said I was going to read Narnia. Will I pick one of those up this month? I could, you know, I definitely said Lord of the Rings. Like, I have to finish at least that. That's one series I said I would finish, and I need to focus on that. So at least if I do that, that's one. But then I had, like I said, I had Narnia, and I don't know. I think I was on book 4. Prince Caspian is where I need to start back at. So, I mean, they're really short audiobooks. I could read those, but I might save that for December. Again, I think those are good to read around this time of the year anyway. So, anyway, I think that's it for me. I hope I didn't forget anything, but I hope you all enjoyed this video. Let me know any of these books you think I need to prioritize. Can you sway me one way or the other? That kind of stuff. Let's chat below in the comments. As always, what are you going to be reading in November? Have you read any of these books? All that good stuff. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all at my next video. Bye, y'all.